My husband's first love reached out and wants to reconnect with him.
So sorry, it's too late.
Trigger warning, mentions of emotional abuse. I, 27 female, have been with my husband, 27 male, for almost 8 years, married for 3. Wow, 19. Let's call him Liam. Prior to our relationship, Liam was with Danielle, 28 female, also fake name. Liam and Danielle met in high school and were extremely close friends before they decided to start dating. They dated from the end of their senior year of high school to the end of their freshman year of college. By the way, this comes from Concerned Wife 27, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, they were a lot of firsts for each other, including spicy sleep for the first time. According to Liam, Danielle was the first girl he was ever truly in love with. He did anything for her, including driving over 2.5 hours to and from his college to her college. Every weekend their freshman year, they went to schools in different states so they could spend time together. Things started to change for them during the later parts of their freshman year of college after Danielle got heavily involved with a religious group on her campus. According to Liam, she got very manipulative and emotionally harmful. She had these new ideas in her head of who she was wanting him to be and wanting to save him. He tried going to church with her and doing the things she wanted him to do, but it eventually led to him becoming confused, upset, and ultimately resentful, which led to them ending things in a crash and burn type of way. Fast forward several months after they broke up, Liam meets me. We started casually dating at first since he still had a lot of trauma and large amounts of trust issues that remained from his relationship with Danielle. After about 5 months, he felt like he was ready for something serious again. 3.5 years later, we're engaged. Dang.
Wow.
Another year goes by, we're married. Almost 3 years later, we're here today. Throughout all of this time, Liam has not heard from Danielle once. Also during this time, Danielle has met someone new, gotten married as well, and currently has a young child. Dang.
Wow.
Flash to a week and a half ago. Liam and I just moved to a new house closer to our hometowns and posted about the move on social media. After seeing the post, Danielle decides to message Liam congratulating us on the new place and hoping that all is well. Nothing too crazy, but not something that he was expecting. They began briefly conversing about house things, moving, renovations, etc. Liam tells me she reached out to him, and I find this a bit odd, but nothing to worry about. A couple of days later, Liam sits me down to ask me something and for me to not freak out. It's perfect. I, of course, begin freaking out.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Don't freak out. Apparently, Danielle had continued to message him after their brief conversation and eventually sent him a long post letting him know that there are some things she wants to get out in the open, wants to deeply apologize for the way she treated him towards the end of the relationship, and wants to do all of this in person with him. He asks me my opinion on this, and I'm definitely concerned as to why, after all this time, this is something she feels the need to do, and also why the need for this to be in person. After discussing this with a friend who had a similar thing happen to her, and afterwards the ex left them alone, I ultimately agreed, hoping that the same scenario would play out with us. Boy, was I wrong. Liam and Danielle decide to meet at a coffee shop in a town about halfway between where we live and where she and her husband live. For Liam, it was about an hour drive. This meeting took place this past Saturday. At first, I asked to come with and just sit in the car while they talked, since I anticipated it being a short but awkward conversation where she could express what she needed to and then he could leave and we could go do something afterwards. Liam convinced me I would end up being bored and he would feel bad leaving me alone for that time, so it was better for me to just stay back. Ooh. No.
I don't like where this is going.
I'm sorry, I don't know. It would be a little bit suspicious if a partner was like, yeah, I'm meeting up with my ex, but you don't worry, you shouldn't come.
Yeah, you shouldn't come. It'll be so boring.
It'll be so boring. You'll hate it.
Yeah, but then also knowing that she has been manipulative and stuff, that makes it so much worse.
So much worse. He didn't think it would last very long, maybe an hour or so, and he would be home before I knew it. I ended up agreeing, and he left early in the morning so he could meet her around 10. After letting me know once he got there and that he would keep me posted on when he would be heading back, I waited. After about an hour, I texted asking how it was going, and he said it was fine, and that he was just listening to what she had to say. Another hour goes by, and I start feeling a bit concerned, as I would have thought they would have been done by now. Another hour goes by, and I'm full on irritated.
Yeah, I would be too. What's going on?
What are you chit-chatting about?
Yeah.
I text him saying, it's been 3 hours, and ask when I should expect him back. He lets me know they're catching up, and he would let me know. Another hour goes by.
Oh my gosh.
4 hours in total, and I'm mad.
Wow.
What was supposed to be a short apology conversation was turning into a full day thing. Finally, he lets me know he's heading home after 4.5 hours of them talking. I needed answers. When he finally got home, I asked what happened. He lets me know that Danielle did apologize for the way she treated him during their relationship. After that, they began catching up on their lives since it had been nearly 8 years since they last talked. It was a good, casual conversation. And then she started breaking down crying.
Oh, whoa.
Oof. According to Liam, Danielle is at her wit's end in her marriage, is considering divorcing her husband. And she's talking to her ex about this?
Yeah, this is not the one that we need to go to.
No. She told Liam that her husband hasn't been the man she thought he would be. And then she goes, we lost all passion in our marriage. That it got harder after she had their baby and doesn't know what to do since she doesn't really like the idea of starting over and navigating as a single mom. Basically, she was confiding in him about all of the issues in her life, and he sat and listened and talked with her. Liam said she really just needed someone to listen that wasn't involved in their circle, and she chose her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, I feel like you're not in the circle, but you're kind of involved in her life in some way.
Yeah.
With a history.
He felt bad for her and just wants to make sure she's okay. He then asked me how I would feel if they continue to be casual acquaintances. Not great. I told him I could maybe get to a point where I would be comfortable with that, but would need to think about it. He made it seem like that was the end of what they discussed, and we continued the rest of our day as normal. At the end of the day, we get in bed and are watching TV when I notice that he's getting quiet and distant. I ask, what's wrong? And he starts to tear up, saying that there was more he needed to tell me about him and Danielle's conversation. Oh no. Oh no. I immediately get worried. He goes, don't freak out. In tears, he tells me that Danielle expressed to him that she still has feelings for him. Shocker. No one could have seen that coming.
What?
Even though it's been years and they've both moved on, she still has parts of her heart set for him. That her husband isn't half the man he is. In some ways, I wasn't shocked to hear that, especially since she wanted to meet with him after all this time. However, what he said next did shock me. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
He told me that after talking with her, he realized that he also still has some unresolved feelings for her. No. You've been married to OP for years.
Do you really have unresolved feelings? Or do you just not like that she was sad in front of you?
Oh my goodness.
Like, I really wonder if there was some sort of like manipulation going on to make him think that he had feelings. But I don't know.
This man is being stupid.
Yeah.
All this time, he thought she hated him after they broke up, when in reality, she was just struggling with her religious trauma in college and took things out on him when she shouldn't. Everything was taken out of context. I didn't know what to think. He was so hurt and torn apart after they broke up, and it took me months to build his trust and hope back up in the beginning to allow him to see himself capable of love again. Now, all these years later, he says he still has a part of his heart for her. In many ways, I understand, because first love will always hold a spot, but not in this way.
Yeah, definitely not.
But I'm also a bit hurt that my husband, the man I plan to spend the rest of my life with, still feels for his ex.
Yeah.
After learning that she still has feelings for him, I told him I wasn't liking the idea of them still talking, that she could eventually start interpreting his kindness to her wrongly and see some sort of potential between them. He already sees potential. He said he's not over her.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you don't really have feelings for someone without like at least imagining what it would be like to be with them.
Yeah. Also, the fact that he wanted to be casual acquaintances with her and has feelings with her. No.
Yeah. And when he already like kind of knew that he had feelings for her.
The thing is that I think that you guys could get through this of him having feelings for her only if you cut her off.
Yeah, that would definitely need to happen
with them being friends.
Yeah.
That really she should be discussing her marital issues with her own husband and not him.
Yeah.
He insists that she would never come between us. She already has. And that Danielle herself even expressed that she respected the idea of marriage wholeheartedly, and the last thing she would want to do is harm ours. He wants to be there for her because it seems like she doesn't really have anyone else to talk to about all this. Last night, he was showing me TikToks on his phone when a text notification from Danielle popped up. I questioned him about it, and he shrugged it off as nothing. Today, I asked if she was still texting him, and he said she was, but he was trying to slowly cut her off. No, quickly, snip, snip.
Yeah, exactly.
I expressed again how I don't think it's best for him to be talking to her, and how she really should be going to a friend or family member to talk about her issues. I noticed he was still texting her throughout the evening tonight too. Should I be concerned about all of this? I don't want to come across as a wife who controls who her husband can or cannot talk to. I do trust my husband, but I don't really know Danielle. He insists she is true to her word and would never try anything, but how can I know for sure? My best friends think I should tell him to block her. I don't think he will because he feels bad for her, but I don't want her to continue to reach out to him for validation, and that eventually leads to her feelings towards him growing more. What do I do? Please help.
Gosh.
But what does OP do?
I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I get what you're saying. You don't want to come off as like you're not allowed to like talk to these people or whatever. But maybe just be like, hey, try to see this from my perspective for a second. Like, you're talking to this girl. Like, well, first of all, she talked to you first. You're spending way more time with her than like you said you would be.
Yeah.
And in that time, like, you didn't tell me initially, first of all, that she confessed feelings for you. And then later you told me that you think you have feelings for her. Like, that just try to explain to him how suspicious it looks from your side. Like, even if you trust your husband, like, you kind of can't get past the fact of like how wild that looks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's I think that this is a very, very valid boundary of saying, hey, you can't, like, we got to go to marriage counseling because you can't keep talking to this girl, your ex.
Yeah. After he said that he has feelings for her.
It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
You can't. I'm not going to sit here and like be okay with you talking to someone that you have feelings for.
Nope.
No.
And there are comments, folks. Commenter 1, tell your husband that his ex's failing marriage is her own problem. Unless you want your own marriage to fail too, you better stop this nonsense. Reply, OP this. The problem is I kind of think he's thinking about more than being friends with her now. I won't lie, this is quite worrisome. He needs to stop it because this can destroy your marriage. Reply, but Danielle didn't want to say or do anything to come between them because she believes in marriage. Sarcasm. But she's fine telling another man she has feelings for him even though she's married? Yeah, F that noise. Commenter 2, yes, you should be concerned. If your husband values your peace and respects you, then they need to cut ties. Tell him you don't trust her and you don't trust your husband's feelings since she was his first love. Reply, OP seriously, who thinks it's okay to pop back into your husband's life, say sorry, and then act like relationship gurus. Tell her to either sort out her own feelings or sit this one out. Your peace and his feelings aren't her playthings. Commenter 3 says, Danielle would never do that. She already did. Why confess her feelings to a married man? Why even appear again? Yeah, very good points by all of these commenters. And there is an update, but
oh boy.
Do you have any thoughts?
I mean, same kind of thoughts. I agree with the commenters. This is just not how you respect marriage.
Yeah,
this is not how you respect someone else's or your own. This is just
absolutely
not good. And I think OP is very valid in feeling what she feels.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Concur. So let's get into this update. Liam, 27 male husband, has been at work all day, so I wasn't able to talk to him much until he got home. I sat him down again and let him know that I needed to talk about him and his communication with Danielle, 28 female husband's ex. I told him that I wasn't happy and that I needed to know if he was still talking to Danielle today. He told me he was. Stop.
Girl.
Stop. But that he was to finally end things with her. For those of you, if not all of you, that suggested Danielle reached out to him because she wanted him for herself, You were correct. Liam called her today and she straight up asked him how happy he was with me and that if for even a second there were issues and he wanted out, that they could run away together.
Oh my
She
God.
sucks. She wants to divorce her husband and be with him. Then do that. Divorce your husband.
Yeah,
Leave Liam out of it. Divorce your husband because you aren't
Exactly.
happy with your husband.
exactly.
I believe this admittance finally broke Liam's rose-colored glasses on the situation and opened him up to seeing what she was really doing. I mean, wow, it was so obvious. She literally told him her whole plot and he was like, well, I just don't know. Until now.
Yeah, and then she tells him again, and he's like, "Oh,
He's like, oh, that was your plot? What the
We
thing that
knew
you
that
said
from
was
the
your
start."
plot was your plot? Trying to manipulate her way back to him and home wreck our marriage. He finally told her enough is enough and that he cannot talk to her anymore, that he did feel sorry for everything going on with her and her own marriage, but for the sake of his own marriage and his love for me, that he needs to stop being in touch with her. He realized that those unresolved feelings that he started to have for her after meeting with her this past Saturday were more like feelings of nostalgia for the time they spent together and the times they were happy. By the way, you can be happy with us by listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime.
do it."
But there is a little bit left to this story. Do you have any final thoughts?
My thoughts have remained the same.
Yeah.
It's just, what do you mean you didn't see it?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
But the thing is, he did see it because he confessed that he still had feelings for her.
Well, exactly. It's
So,
like,
he saw something.
so either he's lying or he's stupid.
yeah.
Like, because again, yeah, you're right. Like, he did say, and it's just all so wrong. It's just all so wrong. And he, like, I think he's not being totally honest.
I
think
agree. I mean, every time OP talks to him, he's like, so she did say this. Okay, so I did forget to tell you this part. Oh, so she is still
Yeah.
texting me. Like he's
Exactly.
trickle truthing.
and like the fact that she originally confessed and he didn't realize what she was doing until now she's like saying exactly what she's doing again for the second time. He's now realizing it. Like it's so obvious that the
Yeah.
reason that he wanted to keep talking to her, whether it was subconscious or not, is because he had feelings for her.
Yep.
And he even he admitted it.
He admitted it.
So I don't know. At first I was thinking that this man was just like a like naive guy or oblivious to like the fact when people are in love
Yeah.
with him. But now I think that he's doing something on purpose.
he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
The ways she spoke about him and his character made him feel good and gave him that ego boost. But after hearing her true intentions for the second time,
Yeah.
he was able to remember the way she was before and why they broke up in the first place. I told him I wanted him to block her. I wanted no contact at all with her, and he agreed. So he deleted all her messages, blocked her number, and blocked all of her social media right in front of me. There will be no communication between them going forward. Again, thank you all so much for the help realizing what was done and what needed to be done. I really appreciate it. Commenter 1 says, yes, finally a good update. Thankfully, he got his head out of his behind and realized what she was doing. Good luck to you in the future. Commenter 2 says, OP, that's great. But trust me when I say you have to inspect what you expect. Don't just blindly take his word for it. He could probably tell you were done if he didn't agree, so he took steps. All of those could be undone just as fast. Give it a day, maybe two, and then without fanfare, ask him for his phone. Tell him you just want to see for your own mental health that she is still blocked and there has been no communication because you don't believe she will go that easily. Don't let him say no or leave the room. Tell him to unlock it and let you see it. Check every single app he has on his phone that offers messages. Text, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, every single app. Look at recently deleted folders. Also, you still need to contact her husband and alert him. Don't tell your husband you're going to, just do it. He deserves to know. Her marriage may be a wreck, but cheaters say that all the time. You would want him to call you. If she is that miserable, he needs to know. And folks, that is the end of that story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worry for your marriage, OP, but I
agree.
wish you the best.
And that is a good point that like cheaters will just lie about
Yeah.
like oh yeah, like I'm in this
blocked her.
horrible situation. I need to get
So,
out
yeah.
and be with you. And it's like,
Yeah, to make you feel bad and then want to be with them more. You're like, oh, well, she needs me there. She needs emotional support.
Yeah, it's like she's keeping the fact that she is doing something terrible a secret from like her husband and from the person that she's cheating with.
Exactly. But that is the end of that story.
My wife wanted to be a traditional wife, so I told her to start acting like one.
Ooh, I don't know where this is going.
I'm 35 and my wife is 40. We've been together for 15 years. The last couple of years, she really fell down the trad wife black hole, and it's driving me crazy. At first, it started off with her saying that she doesn't want to work anymore. And lately, it has escalated to saying that men who make their wives work are harmful.
Oh my goodness. Yikes.
That's not true. By the way, this comes from Throwaway No Trad. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So we both have well-paid jobs. I'm a self-employed builder with a team and earn around 100K pounds a year. She works in management for the NHS and earns around 50K pounds a year. We both work, I guess I should say worked for her, really hard and have no kids. And 3 years ago, managed to pay our mortgage off and lived in a nice enough area where I would have happily stayed forever. She, however, suddenly wanted a massive house that we didn't need. I should have seen what was coming. She was looking at a 700K pound houses, which would require a mortgage of 500K after we sold our house. I gave in and we bought a house. She then wanted a new car, which again I caved to, and she got a car that is worth more than she earns a year. She then decided that she didn't want to work anymore. She said that her job was crap, and I said, take a lower paid one then, that you'll enjoy more. She said no. She just doesn't want to work, full stop. She also doesn't want to give up anything that she has. Over the past couple of years, it has been obvious that she is trying to lose her job without leaving, despite me saying that I cannot afford the house and car and holidays on my own. She started bringing this trad wife crap up, but said that she'd want to hire a cleaner as the house is too big for her to clean alone. And she prefers my cooking to hers, so I would still do all the cooking.
She doesn't want to be a trad wife. She wants to be just do nothing.
Yeah.
Lounge around.
Yeah, she wants to have a boring life. She doesn't do anything.
I want to be a trophy. She wants to be a trophy wife.
There you go.
That's what she wants. Yeah. That's different.
Exactly. So I said, you basically want to dress up pretty and bake the odd cake. And she stormed off and said, I didn't get it. She again brought it up yesterday and I said, fine, she can do it, but she's got to get up before me and make sure that my breakfast is ready like in the videos that she watches. Yeah, honestly, she's got to be dressed in a schmexy version of a 50s housewife like in the videos she watches from the moment I open my eyes to the moment I close them. Well, that's a bit much, but...
Well, I do...
It's like a petty thing.
I do think that OP is like, okay, fine. If you want to do that, then yeah, do it this way.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, is that exactly what you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're getting inspo from these videos, then go ahead.
I think he's calling her bluff.
Yeah. The house must be spotless at all times, like in the videos she watches. I want huge packed lunches for work, like in the videos she watches. I want to come home and have beautiful pies and cakes ready for pudding, like in the videos she watches. I want a bath run for when I get in and then come down to a proper meal every night. Say it with me, like the videos she watches.
I want this.
That sounds nice.
I want a bath drawn for me.
Right? I then want a foot rub while I eat the cakes and pies that she makes. I also want spicy sleep on demand, how I want it, when I want it. And
dude, what videos is she watching? Man?
Yeah, I don't know. These are pretty wild.
Really specific.
And she called me harmful, a user, etc., and stormed out to her equally delusional sister's house. Don't get me started on her. I'll be honest, I'm ready for a divorce if this carries on. So am I the a-hole? We do have some comments, but I would love to hear your comments first.
I think you were perhaps heavy-handed.
Yeah.
In your comeback, but I don't think you're the a-hole. I think your wife is very, I don't know. It seems like you guys had an idea of what your life would be together, and she's now wanting to change it up because she doesn't work at all. She doesn't want to work at all.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, if this is what you want, this is what that life looks like.
Right.
We can't afford that life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the fact that like she's calling him.
Yeah,
it's like really funny because it's like, well, what did you like expect?
Yeah, you expected the living style where you did nothing and cook sometimes
and he has to do
don't
everything.
Work would be the equal rights one.
Yeah, it's like you gotta contribute to your own life somehow.
Yeah.
But there are some comments. Pomegranate No 9003 says, at least you don't have kids, so divorce is easier. Probably best to do it while you're both still earning well, so there's no question of alimony. Forgot to add, obviously not the a-hole. In a traditional household, women don't make no contribution. Their contribution is through domestic labor, while men provide financial value by going out and working. Her contribution would already be far below average, given that the bulk of the traditional wife's time is spent on children. She wants to make no contribution and is disguising it as trad wife. Casual J says, get the divorce, mate. It'll be cheaper and less stressful than dealing with a crazy wife every minute of the day and night. It's not about the trad wife lifestyle. She simply doesn't want to work. She merely wants to sit on her backside, enjoy the things that she has badgered you into paying for, and doing nothing. There is a lot of this kind of crazy going around. It won't get any better either. What will it be next? Vacations on the French Riviera? A bigger, nicer, more expensive car? The list goes on and on. OP says, I am leaning this way. I think a divorce is more likely than anything else at this moment in time. Luckily, she's afraid of flying, so I've managed to avoid the expensive holidays apart from the odd Eurostar trip to Paris. She makes me feel like a 10-pound millionaire, though trying to be something that we aren't. I know that we're better off than most, but we don't earn footballers' money, which is what I think she aspires to. Jedi Fed says, you were crazy to agree to the $700K house. You'll be okay, but it makes things so much tougher. If she wanted that, why not save up with the old house and then work up to the new one and both of you work together? Opie said, that's what I suggested. With my job, we could have bought a cheap house, done it up and made some money, and then moved upwards slowly and stayed debt-free. I have modified our house a bit and it's probably worth $800K now, but it's still not a nice feeling having such a big mortgage and knowing that she wants me to cover it alone. Annika Desi says, dude, divorce her if she doesn't act normal. You sound like such a catch. Like, I don't like rushing with divorce, maybe marriage counseling first, but you have no kids, so you can easily split without drama. Be assertive, say no, say what you expect, and that you want to split if she doesn't go back to how she was. Say that she has X amount of time. Up to you. 1 month, 2 months. I don't know if an ultimatum is like yeah, I don't think that's ever the way to go.
I think it's just saying to her like, hey, I feel like we are no longer partners.
Mm-hmm.
You have put a lot of reliance on me kind of taking up all of the slack of this like new dream life that you want that we've never spoken about. I would like to go to counseling to see if we can get back on the same page because right now we're just not.
Exactly. Like, I think there's probably a way to get out of this without just straight up divorcing right away. Because I think so. That is what everyone like jumps to.
I mean, been together for 15 years.
Yeah, that's a long time. That's definitely, you can have a conversation at that time. Opie says, haha, I don't know about a catch. I've asked for couples counseling numerous times. She's not interested. Ugh. Taxi Lady 69 says, now is the time to say couples counseling or divorce. Your choice, honey. So the overall judgment is that OP is not the a-hole, and we do have an update. Shall we just roll right into it?
Roll into it.
So an update. I'd like to answer a few questions from my first post before an update. No, my requests were not serious, and I can't believe how many people thought that they were. It was me trying to prove a point of how ridiculous she is being. Like I said in the comments, I don't want a maid or a slave. I want a partner. Before my wife got on this train, she was very ambitious. Career-driven person who wanted to climb to the top. She was never really on social media until the pandemic. The trad wife thing started a couple of years ago. A lot of people suggested couples counseling. I've asked many times and always get the same response, which is, I don't need counseling. There's nothing wrong with me. So now on to the update.
Oy.
We spoke Saturday morning and I told her that I can't go on like this. I said to her bluntly that the trad wife thing is never happening and she either accepts it and we go to couples counseling or we split up. I'm not dancing around her BS. So she chose to split up. What?
Wow.
I asked her if she even really wanted to be a trad wife or if she's just trying to force me away, like she's trying to force her job to sack her because she doesn't have the balls to quit herself. She said yes, she does. And there's plenty of dating sites that cater to this dynamic. I told her that I'd seen them and they are more sugar daddy dynamics. And without being horrible, she's too old for that. Now, this set her off. She said that I'm wrong and that I'm the one who can't support my wife. So I'm the bad one in the marriage and a real man would be able to give her the life that she wants. She was shouting and screaming this at the top of her lungs. It's about the only time that I've been glad to be in our new house, so the neighbors didn't hear. By the way, you can always hear us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, whatever your favorite podcast app is, because we've got full episodes with more stories just like this one. Just search OK Storytime.
Just open your ears.
Open your ears. You can hear us all the time.
Loud
everywhere.
and clear.
Loud and clear. And there is a little bit more to the story, but oh my gosh. So she chose divorce.
Dang.
That's crazy.
I mean, she's somehow gotten like pulled into this trad wife. It's like when you get red pilled, except she's been trad wifed.
Exactly.
Yikes. Yikes. It's totally fine for couples to want to have this type of dynamic. Even it's totally fine if the wife literally wants to do nothing. Like she's not even a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mom or anything. She just literally just lounges and is a, trophy wife or whatever. That's fine if you've agreed on it as partners prior.
Yeah.
But you haven't. You have been living one way for 15 years and then she all out of the blue was like, well, I'm going to change this up and you have to do what I say or you're not a real man.
Yeah, exactly. Like that what she's accusing him of is so incorrect and just grasping at straws to insult him.
Truly.
But there is a little bit more. I got a bit petty at the real man comment and said, you can't cook, you can't clean, and you don't have spicy sleep. What part of being a trad wife do you offer? I then stole a comment from my last post and said that she doesn't want to be a trad wife. She wants to be a trophy wife. Literally just what you said.
What I said.
Whoa. He was listening to you.
Yep.
She just said, I'm unbelievable and has gone to her sisters again. I'm going to take the next couple of weeks and start talking to a divorce lawyer to see what this entails. Then once this ball got rolling, I'm effing off to Portugal for a couple of weeks by myself. There are some comments. Zealous Ideal Group 559 says she's 40 and in the UK, where there isn't a conservative trad wife / trophy wife culture. She's going to be divorced and on benefits in a crappy bedsit. Take care of yourself, OP, because she's intent on blowing up her life for some reason. Harvard diplomat says, you can't cook, you can't clean, and you don't have spicy sleep. What part of being a trad wife do you offer? LMAO, that is some serious burn. And that is the end of that story. Wow.
Good luck, OP.
Good luck, OP. I mean, props to you. I think you went about it the right way.
Yeah.
You asked her what was up and that it wasn't happening.
Get her to see.
Exactly. You offered counseling. She denied it. You asked her if she wanted to be in this relationship if she couldn't be a trad wife because she would have to contribute. Like, you're absolutely in the right, OP.
Yeah.
And she said no.
She said no. That's on her.
That is on her. So that is the end of that story and the end of that episode.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see